May I come in?
Come in.
Good evening, sir. Good
Have
evening.
a seat. Rohan Keshan.
Yes, sir.
You are from Sikar,
Yes.
Sakhavati. What is that area famous for?
Sir,
Sakhavati region.
yes, the 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧 region. Sir, one of the heritage of 𝐀𝐝𝐻 is its Havelis, which is called world's largest open art gallery. That is one of the foremost thing. And secondly, it is now being developed as an education city after Kota in Rajasthan. So that is one of the other second thing is with respect to Sikar.
Education means
Basically, it is becoming a hub for
Engineering colleges.
for coaching.
for yes,
For coaching of what?
coaching of the entrance examination like
Engineering.
engineering, medical,
Okay.
and
Kota में भी Okay. Did you become in 2017 through open learning?
yes sir. I am chartered accountant. So I along with
So along with CA you are doing
yes sir.
become with the open. It's mandatory, no? To do a become.
No, sir.
No.
After CPT, you can straight away go and do your CA. You don't have to do a graduation also. So it's a professional degree.
Earlier it was a restriction
Like,
also.
after
You
they are-
cannot do the graduation in this when you are attempting for CA.
You can do it, but then you cannot do regular classes.
Regular
like
classes.
You can do from open. So
Open.
that's the reason he has done it with open.
And you completed your CA in 2018.
Yes sir.
So after that,
So after that sir, I started preparing for UPSC, and this is my third attempt and first interview.
okay. But you are not keen to pursue the CA as your career? No.
Sir, during my CA internship, I interacted with lot of IRS officers. So I got inspiration to pursue civil services post chartered accountancy. So I am giving my try at civil services.
Okay. So suppose you get into the civil services
Yes, sir.
and go to Rajasthan cadre, which you have opted for.
Yes, sir.
What will be your blueprint for developing Rajasthan further?
Sir, there is tourism, high tourism potential of Rajasthan. So the promotion of brand Rajasthan, that could be one of the priority area. And secondly, we have this distinction of having one of the largest minerals. So we have,
What minerals?
so there's a copper, then we have this monopoly in Rajasthan, in India with respect to lead, zinc and silver, basically lead and zinc. And there are several others like uranium in my district of Sikar. So mining could be one of the area to look after because it has high employment potential as well as high revenue potential for the government.
What else? You are talking only of the economic development. What about the social development?
Okay.
Women illiteracy, child marriage,
Yes, sir. So the child marriage is one of the crucial social
problem
issues.
children to drinking water.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday they are showing on TV that even after so many years of independence, that village doesn't have any source of drinking water. So they cross over to some adjoining state and go to a well and fetch drinking water. So more than 50% of the male population of that village in Rajasthan, they are not married because nobody will give them a
Which place is this in Rajasthan?
हाँ ये कल टीवी पे दिखा रहा था, भरतपुर के पास, यस। तो यूपी में क्रॉस ओवर करके
पानी लाते
वहाँ, हाँ वहाँ पर ऐसे जो
भरतपुर
कैटल को क्रॉस नहीं करे ऐसे करके बनाते हैं ना, तो ऐसे एक बनाए हुए हैं यूपी का, माने यूपी साइड में, उसी से 3-3 मटका उस पर रख करके उसमें घुस करके औरतें जाती हैं, एक कुआं है वहाँ से पानी लेके उस गांव में आते हैं। तो शादी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं।
मथुरा एंड भरतपुर वेरी एक्चुअली।
एक फैमिली दिखाया, 3 भाई हैं, बड़ा भाई सम 48 और समथिंग लाइक दैट, और बीच वाला भाई 43-44 और सबसे छोटा भाई 30s। तो ही गॉट मैरिड, यंगेस्ट वन, पहले 2 तो शादी नहीं कर पाया, वो भी 1 साल के अंदर उसकी वाइफ भाग गई छोड़ के,
पानी के कारण।
पानी के कारण। So I am referring to such issues.
Yes, sir. So having this.
Because tourism, everyone knows, part of the Golden Triangle, it's a much better track.
So having economic development, because that will provide us with the revenue, which is much needed for the social aspect. So, sir, Jal Jeevan Mission in Rajasthan is progressing at a high rate, high pace. However, recently it was reported that it was still less than 40% in Rajasthan, the pipe drinking water. So then what we have to do is that we have to revive these traditional water structures like Babdi.
बावड़ी तो बहुत है आपके उधर चुरू
Yes.
में,
Yes,
है ना बावड़ी?
yes, ma'am. However, the problem is that they are not used.
Yeah.
They are not restored first of all.
Mm.
So therefore, the water is polluted. So we have to restore those Babdi structure, and as well as there is this Tanka and Jaisalmer, Tanka system in Jaisalmer. These all structures can be revived, and the modern technologies of rainwater harvesting like rooftop, these can be used so that pipe drinking water can be supplied to every house in Rajasthan. So this is with respect to drinking water, and then there is this issue of child marriage, and which is happening mainly on Akatij. So
अक्षय तृतीया,
yeah, sorry, Akshay
you
Tritiya,
can
yeah.
say Akatij also.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. That is a local word. This is a law and order issue also. So greater social awareness is required with respect to child marriages. So these 3-4 things.
I believe the present government removed any educational qualification for contesting in Panchayati Raj elections. Earlier there was a
Yes.
education qualification required.
Yes, sir.
This government removed it.
Yes, sir.
So now what is happening that you have concepts like Panchayat Patis. Wife is the Panchayat elected member, but it is the husband who runs the Panchayat Pati.
Yes, sir.
So is it a good move to remove educational qualification requirement?
So basically, sir, democracy is by the people for the people.
All right,
And
but
therefore-
it is at what cost? Wife is elected and husband
No.
is running.
So even if we set this education criteria, so it does not deter this concept. It will have some impact. However, it will not deter this concept of Sarpanch Pati and Panchayat Pati. So at local level, we have to make women empowerment in the sense that the educated women of the villages can be made into a group, and they will have to make awareness at local level, and this way we can empower women in political sphere at grassroots level.
पंचायत पति या हिंदी में बोल सकते हो, कोई बात नहीं। पंचायत पति के बारे में आप जो सर पूछ रहे हैं, तो पर्पस ये है कि भाई क्या अगर वो एज जो क्वालिफिकेशन हटाने से या और कुछ करने से वो खुद तो बन नहीं पाए, तो उन्होंने अपनी लेडीज को बना दिया, तो वो अल्टीमेटली ग्रोथ तो रुक गया ना, उसका क्या सॉल्यूशन है?
रिजर्वेशन है ना, तो औरत को सीट देनी है,
हाँ,
तो बन तो गई, मगर वो रूल डी फैक्टो रूल नहीं कर रही है, डी ज्यूरे है बस।
Okay, चलिए। There are a lot of gems and jewelries in Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
You think that sector can be further developed?
That is one of the foremost items
Yeah.
in export list of Rajasthan.
Hmm.
It can be further developed. However, the main issue is with respect to skill development of artisans, the gold smiths. So
They are already very well equipped and they do excellent job.
Excellent work.
उनको उस फील्ड में उनको स्किल डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है, they are the best.
So the
How to market? How to
Yeah,
market?
how to
I think
market.
sir, marketing skills are like
marketing skill lacking, and they can be made into a group. And similarly, like the Khadi India brand is there. Similarly, there can be a brand with respect to this gems and jewelry in Rajasthan.
Can we think of anything else which can develop that region?
So finance is a major issue.
Huh?
Finance, access to finances.
Finance
Why
is
the
the issue with the Punjab also.
No,
It is not only Rajasthan is suffering with the exchequer is suffering because of the non-taxpayers, because of a lot of other things. So ultimately, the issue with the finance of this with the state government is all with the Punjab also. It is not only the
I
Rajasthan.
thought it. We are talking about the artisans. So I
No,
thought
no,
that
no.
the
You
group,
said finance is the only issue for developing the state. Can you think of any innovative idea when this can be done? So definitely Rajasthan can be on a growth path tomorrow. Industry.
so they are developing this. There is new policy called Rajasthan Investment Promotion Schemes 2019, in which government is refunding GST for 7 years, and they are also building a refinery complex in Pachpadra in Badme. And in the recent budget, there are initiative to invite lot of new age industries in that refinery. Along with refinery, there are new tech industries which are also invited in Badme. That could be the source of revenue in the future. And road connectivity is also one of the issues.
In the Rajasthan, the most connected place in the Rajasthan is उनके roads का तो very famous.
I'm telling the recent export preparedness index released by NITI Aayog. They have ranked Rajasthan in a poor state with respect to export infrastructure, because there is this inland container depot. Its connectivity with the ports in Gujarat. So if we connect the two with and now because the DMIC as well as this dedicated freight corridor is being developed, that also reflects the potential, economic potential. So once those are completed and RIPS, the new initiative, so all these things comes together, then the Rajasthan can be overall.
घबरा मत, आराम से रिलैक्स होकर आंसर करो. आराम से थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स होकर आंसर करो, कोई बात नहीं, हम डरो मत. हाँ सर.
Okay. Like Punjab, Rajasthan is also a border state. You have international border. Is drugs also a problem in Rajasthan like Punjab?
So as far as I understand, there is relatively lesser issue of drug in Rajasthan in comparison to Punjab.
Comparison to, but it is still there.
Yes, in limited way. It has not been reported so significantly as it reported in Rajasthan, as is reported in Punjab.
The large area is covered by desert.
Yes.
You have any plan for development of desert areas?
Sir, Indira Gandhi Canal is there. So that can be the source of irrigation. And even if we have limited irrigation from Indira Gandhi Canal, and simultaneously because there is this promotion with this, for millets. So millets can be one of the crops which can be grown there. And Jaisalmer is being developed as a tourism. That is second aspect. And because Bardmer is also in that desert region, it is being developed as an industrial hub.
The refinery will
Yeah.
create some employment.
Yeah. So the more focused approach with respect to already going on, already initiatives which are going on, would be the way forward. And if I add one more, skill development of the local youth. Skill development of the local youth. If we focus more on that, then the industry would absorb the local youth only. So that would lead to multiplier effect in that region. So the region can be developed faster.
All right, now tell us how will you utilize your knowledge of accountancy, commerce, and CA in the civil services? Will it be of any use?
So because the finance is blood of every organization, including administration, and so we can use our expertise in financial management for effectively utilize the finance. That is always in in state of in lacking. And cost management. Whatever the project I have been allotted to, I will try to optimize the cost and maximize return, which will be accruing to the people. So these two things are there, and then accountability. With respect to accountability, because in CA field we do audits, so we very well understand the concept of accountability. So that is one of the virtues of civil servant.
Have you traveled in India or abroad so far?
Sir, I went to Mumbai for 3 years of my CA internship.
Yeah, that I saw.
Yeah. Then I visited Rishikesh.
Okay.
Yeah, in Uttarakhand. So that is one of the area. Then in the last year I visited Jammu for 𝐸𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻 Mandir. So while returning, I also visited Amritsar for a while. Yeah. So these are the places I visited recently.
Did you find any change after Jammu was made a union territory?
Sir, I have not visited before, so I cannot compare. But on the basis of news reports, that so I have not visited Kashmir per se. So railway administration was very supportive during COVID time, and we did not have any trouble in during our journey to 𝐸𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻. However, I don't know whether that is an improvement, because I have not visited before the abrogation of Article 370.
Now you can go right up to Katra by rail, no?
Yes.
Did you go by train? Did
Yeah.
you go by train?
Yes, ma'am.
कौन से ट्रेन से गए थे? तो डायरेक्ट आपको मंदिर के पास ही उतार देती है, कटरा तक पहुंचा देती है.
We visited by a regular train, but however, the Vande Bharat train was also initiated. But however, that was not working during COVID time.
Acha, that was not.
राजस्थान के बारे में आपसे बहुत पूछा जा चुका है, so I'm skipping that. But one or two things which, because you are from Rajasthan, these questions are bound to happen. I'm not asking any answers. Talk about your block printing in Sanandeh, handmade paper in Sanandeh, then Kishangarh painting. All these are the assets which can be exported, in a big way. We just need to streamline the marketing side so that exports can be enhanced.
Yes, ma'am.
So, because I want to ask you about accounts and taxation, so I'm just skipping that, but do read about it.
Yes.
My question to you is, you did your internship in Bombay with a particular firm. What was your core work? Audit or?
So mainly I worked in direct taxation.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why you got in touch with many IRS officers. You must have represented before them with your seniors.
Yes.
Okay. So there are many recent changes in the revenue services, especially income tax. Could you highlight some of the changes which have far-reaching consequences?
So one of the major initiative is this the faceless assessment, faceless appeal, as well as tax charter. So these are three initiatives which have
What is the third one?
Texture.
tax charter.
Okay.
So they are going to have very far-reaching impact on overall tax administration in future.
Already almost a year has passed by. What are the teething problems the representational side is finding? Because all of a sudden everything has changed. So, is there any teething problem?
Yes, ma'am. So first the first issue is technical glitch. So we cannot upload
The portal.
Yeah. So we cannot upload the large voluminous document on the website because it has some limit. So that is one of the issue, and because of which there are certain cases which we have found.
So every time the department has been extending dates because the glitches in the
Yes, ma'am.
system.
However, there are certain assessment orders which were passed and they were high-pitched assessment. So,
Do you think that because it became faceless,
No. And they were so the assessing officer has passed high-pitched assessment, and the assessee is arguing before the high courts that they have not been given sufficient time to reply.
Why? Once you get an email, you
Yeah.
can reply 24/7.
However, because
That's
of the
the
technical
ease
glitch,
of doing work.
yes, ma'am. But however, because of technical glitch,
You were not able to upload your reply.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So that is a technical part. As far as the difficulty which you face is about the technical
with
part.
respect to representation, that there are certain complex issues. If we, if we put them into written submissions, and if they are not communicated properly, so that is one of the aspect. However,
That I also feel, because the CA, the kind of English they use, they are not able to put forth
Convey,
their
yeah.
argument in a convincing manner, and the person who is reading it would also. Sometimes I used to read and I used to correct their English. क्या लिखा भाई समझ ही नहीं आ रहा आपने क्या लिखा. So that also is a problem.
however, the core issue with respect to that problem is that the National E-Assessment Center they allocate these cases randomly. That is a good thing. However, some of the complex issues are assigned to some of the junior officers.
This is also a teething problem. Sooner or later, the officers who are in smaller towns will be able to handle the bigger cases. They don't
Okay.
have that kind of experience to deal with cases, bigger cases
Yes,
like
ma'am.
Delhi and Bombay.
So because of that, some of the assessment orders are
So you have a faceless appeal, go to the appeal.
yes, ma'am. But this will only lead to higher litigation. And
We want to reduce litigation.
however, because of the improper allocation to the less experienced officers.
I would give you an example when the department started computerization long back in early, 85, 86. Everybody was very contentious that we will not be able to, unemployment hoga, काम ठीक से नहीं होगा, but it happened. So slowly and gradually the portal will work and things will improve.
Yes, ma'am. I am also optimistic and I also welcome this move.
Okay, tell me about forensic audit fast, because my time is limited
Yes,
with
ma'am.
you.
So forensic audit is basically deep investigation into accounts of the any firm for the purpose of for assisting court.
Let's come to example. There's a very big scam related to ABG shipyards. How come this situation arose in a bank? Some major banks, especially also including private banks, have done it. So, if there was a timely forensic audit, do you think that this could have been, averted? The banks were giving loans left, right, and center without looking into.
I think I believe that the some internal control system. How there are two things. First is internal control systems, and then there are accounts made out of it. So we have to assess the strength of the ICS also, the internal control system.
Internal control system in a banking system, they only see their business. They don't have that foresight to get into the depth of, whether this person will be able, time and again you're giving loan.
However, the recent economic survey, they have pointed out this thing, and they have suggested also that the AI and ML, the machine learning, should be used in banking sector to streamline this credit issue.
I just wanted this answer from you because nobody has read the economic survey and nobody has given me this answer. Good, you are a worthy CA. Now tell me quickly which provision in the budget is forward looking and will make us realize our goal of 5 trillion economy.
So there is increase of 34% in capital expenditure, and they also put in PM Gati Shakti. So that is going to effectively optimize the process of infrastructure building. So that is going to have far-reaching impact. And then that is one of the aspects.
That is good enough if it is implemented in total.
Yes, ma'am.
Coordination between different ministries and different departments. Which are the sectors which will be part of this? Then we have chosen some sectors.
So energy is 24%. Then urban infrastructure, road, railways, and then some social infrastructure projects like education and health and
civil aviation also.
Yes.
To connect it, the remote areas with aviation. Okay, good. Thank you.
Rohan, you watch Indian short films. Love watching, huh?
Yes,
Which is can you name some latest films that you have watched?
And sir, there is this project called Virtual Bharat, in which the director is going to cover 1,000 uncovered stories of India. So basically, this is about introducing India to Indians. So in which the first the short film is called Thallam. It is about Kerala the snake boat racing. So the short film talks about how they are ordinary people. They are not athletes who run these racing, the boats. They participate in this boat racing. So the director tries to represent the human side of the racing. So they are just 5-6 minutes short films, and like that. But recently they have covered this 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐢𝐤𝐬, martial art of Punjab.
Good, yes. And nowadays, if you watch short films, there's OTT platforms. There a lot of content is there. What is your opinion? The content worth watching. A lot of rubbish is there also.
There are some stories which are worth watching. So earlier they did not have such a platform to reach masses. Because of the OTT, they could directly access, and it has also this less cost. Basically, they are cost effective also. So a small filmmaker can also put very inspiring and insightful stories into this OTT platform. However, certain movies are also there which are very violent and against the standard set by the certification board.
Okay. How do you see the future of artificial intelligence in Indian economy? How it is going to give a boost to Indian economy in future?
So it will lead to high productivity. However, there are going to be job losses at where unskilled labor is involved. However, there would be new job creation also. So those job creation would be for skilled or semi-skilled youth. However, so therefore, what we need is that we need to put a program for skill development in new age technology.
Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.